Good morning to you guys, if you're just waking up with us today. Mike's joining us from the Rockford Fire Department, our new little section over here. Feels a little more homey than our other chairs,
very comfortable.
Well, we appreciate you being here. It is all about surviving fires right now. We think of our little ones. You know, I've got a 5-year-old at home. It's a fear a lot of parents face. One of the big things I think that I really learned from a lot of these segments is keeping his door shut. Why is that so important?
So doors act as a barrier to fire and smoke spread. So even though I understand, particularly with younger kids, they like the comfort of knowing that the door's open so they have more access to their parents should something go wrong. The more important thing to realize is that can save you. That buys you time and it keeps you safe from fire and smoke coming into your room.
What is the number one thing you want people to know as you're going through and you're doing your kind of trainings for people?
Sure. Well, the best thing that I know, push it every time that we come on here, is you got to have functioning smoke detectors in your house. So make sure that they're properly placed, that you're checking them at least once a month. But then once we have the smoke alarms go off, then what do we do? That's the big thing.
Yeah.
So particularly with the kids, we want to make sure that they know, one, stay in your room, and then crawl. Don't stand up. Fire likes to live up high. It doesn't like to live down on the ground. Check the door for heat with the back of your hand. If it's hot, there's fire on the other side. If it's cold, it's okay to open up the door and look outside. If it is hot, go over to the window, open up the window, hang something out the door. Blanket, stuffed animal, whatever. That way when we show up on the fire truck, I know somebody's in there. If it is cold on the door, then you know you can get out of the house. Do not pick up anything else. Do not grab pets. Your job is to get out. And then go to what we call the special meeting place. In my house, it's the mailbox that's far enough away from the house that you're not in danger, but close enough to the house that it's easy to figure out if everybody's there. But figure that out. So when you get home, have a conversation with your family and say, what is our special meeting place where we're all going to congregate after a fire?
One thing I always tell my son too, I'm like, you can break the window. It's okay if you break the window. Is there ever a concern by doing that you're getting that backdraft coming in? When is it okay?
So that's another reason why we keep the door closed.
Yeah.
So if you have the door closed and you open the window, one, it's going to give you access to fresh air if there is smoke coming into your room, and two, it's not going to have that cross ventilation that's going to actually draw the fire in or out of the room. So that's really what we would do. I would prefer, if possible, to open the window instead of break it, but sometimes we can only do what we can do. But yeah, that's usually what we're thinking is if you have the door open and the window open, then you're going to draw the fire.
What is the biggest issue that you see when you have a family inside of a house and a fire happens? What is the biggest mistake that's made?
Well, there are a few. One, it's they don't have a functioning smoke detector. That's usually the biggest. That's when we find fatalities, unfortunately, in firefighting. The other thing is, again, keeping doors open or leaving a door open in the room that the fire was in. Again, we can do some containment if we just close the door behind us where the fire was. When we get there, sometimes when we open the door, we introduce air to the fire. It's one of the things that's required for a fire to happen. So if we can reduce the amount of air that the fire has access to, that's a big thing. And then the other problem that I really want to make sure people understand is don't sit there trying to fight the fire before calling 911.
Just go.
Just go. Call us. Let us show up on the fire truck. The longer you're spending trying to fight it yourself, the harder it is to put it out.
Okay. Well, we always appreciate you being here.
Again,
life-saving advice for you to have that safe place, you know, at your house with your little ones, to know where you can all meet so you're not running back in.